So what I wanted to create was here make directory week 1. Okay, now I want to go into this directory and I want to create a file. How will I create a file? What other options
Touch.
you have?
Touch.
Touch option.
Touch. Okay, maybe file1 dot txt. Okay, so ls hyphen l will show me what is there in the permissions, right? So I want to modify the permission. Tell me I want to give only read and write permission to the group, and I want to remove all the permission from the other. What will be the command which I will use?
chmod.
Hmm.
060.
0.
60.
No, I want to keep all the command which I already have. I want others to have only read write, while the group to have only read write and others should have none.
660.
660. Why 6?
You said user should have read and write.
Yeah, but how come you came up with
Sir,
that is
professor had said that to imagine all these RWX has some switches, so 0 and 1s. So there are three set of zeros and ones. So
hmm,
calculating them will get 6, sir. You said R and W, so it is 110.
hmm,
Converting it into decimal form, you will get 6. 4 plus 2.
hmm. So where that is coming from? This octal decimal, right? I think you people must have learned about octal, right? Octal numbers.
No, sir.
Say I want to represent 1. How will I go?
Sir, can you explain this 660 number concept?
Hmm? Yeah, that is why I'm asking you. When you say like the permission strings exist in group of 3, right? Write, read, and execute. Write, read, and execute. Read, write, and execute. Right? You have 3 sets of it. For each of the set, you have one specific number associated with it, right? So when I say 0, it means 000. Don't give any of the permission. So no, no, no. For all 3, you have no. So your what your permission string becomes 0 here. What I'm asking you, how it becomes 6 in this scenario. So I wanted to have what? 1, 1, and 0. I wanted to give read write permission to this group, right? So for a particular permission, how will you do 110?
So convert it into decimal.
Yeah, how do you do that?
So like it starts with 2 to power 0 and goes up till where you want, like so the least significant bit would represent 2 to power 0,
Hmm,
then the next bit would represent 2 to power 1,
hmm,
and the next will be like 2 to power n
hmm,
plus 1, sorry, minus 1.
hmm. So just can anyone tell me what do you call? So for
Chmod 110, if we put and then put the file name, will it work?
let me just rephrase it. Okay, now we are saying the read is 1, write is 1, and there should be no permission. It should be 0. So there is some permission here, some permission here, but there is no permission here. So it becomes 0. Similarly, if I just going to give write permission, right?
Hmm.
So how will that work? What was my question?
So we'll add 1 to that. So instead of 6, we'll put 7.
uh, it would be say 010, and we'll convert it into decimal, which would be 4.
Yes. So how do that? How does that work? Is what my question was.
So it's just like switches. Like if we do not need it, we'll put 0 there. Like it's in the format of like uh, form of 3, like read, write, and execute. So
Hmm,
whatever we don't need, we'll put 0 there, and
hmm,
otherwise we'll put 1.
hmm. So can you just explain in your own way how it should be 4, how it should be 1, or how
Are
it
you
should be
asking about
7.
the conversion, sir?
Yes, conversion.
Sir, so basically, like we have place values in decimal system. We
Hmm.
do have some things like so the first digit from the right side represents this 2 power 0, and the
Hmm.
next thing will represent 2 power 1. So these things were just coefficients of that series, sir. If
Hmm.
there is one in the first place from right side, that
Hmm.
means that you multiply that one with the 2 power 0. If there
Hmm.
is one in the second place, that means that you multiply that one with the 2 power 1.
Hmm.
So in this way, sir, it's the same like a decimal system, but in decimal system we'll use multiples of 10 and the
Hmm.
coefficients from 0 to 9. But here we
Hmm.
use the coefficient 0, 1, and we use multiples of 2, sir.
Yeah. So can you just show, uh, just share your screen and show the conversion like that for all three cases?
All three cases. I mean,
Uh,
how I am converting manually, I have to
yes.
calculate,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, sir, just a moment.
Yeah. I'll just stop sharing, because this is very much tied to the way you actually uh, work with what, zeros and one, right? Your to the power. Once you get this, you will, like, there is no need for you to remember. Like, what I have found is that a lot of students, if I ask them to make it executable, they'll just simply do chmod 777, put the file name. But what they don't understand is they are giving permission to the other people also while doing that. It may become executable, but you are not using the full potential, what, Linux allows you.
Sir, is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, it is visible. But Venkat, please correct him if he is wrong. Okay, I'll also contribute.
Oh, are you also like trying to speak something because your mic is off?
Venkat, yeah, yeah, your mic is off. Hello.
Oh, sorry, I haven't noticed
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
Let's
sorry.
go ahead again one more time.
So we represent three digits with the permissions read, write, and execution.
Hmm.
So in case, for example, you say that we need to give only execution permission, we will represent the rest of two with zeros,
Yes.
and the one with one we want to give permission with one. That means
Hmm.
that I mean, as professor explained, those two are off condition and this is on. To convert it into decimal, we'll simply this is the least significant bit. It will be multiplied with the 2 power 0. This will be
Hmm.
multiplied with 2 power 1. This will be multiplied with the 2 power 2.
Hmm.
So with our sense or without our sense, we do the same even in the decimal, sir. If you say that this is a particular number, for example, 21 in decimal form, we will just do this thing. We'll multiply this with 10 power 1, this with the 10 power 0.
Hmm.
The same thing will follow here also. So to convert it into decimal form, we'll just do like multiply 0 with 2 power 2 plus 0 with 2 power 1 plus 1 into 2 power 0.
So,
That is equals to 1.
let me rephrase it. Okay, you have put it here. Okay, read, write, and execute. Right.
Mm. Mm.
So, in a condition where all three are zero, do the calculation and tell me what it should be equal to.
So if all three are 0,
Hmm.
that means that equal to 0 only, sir, in decimal also.
Hmm. So, just do the full calculation. How it is
Full
coming to zero.
calculation. That means
Hmm.
it is 0 into 2 square plus
Hmm.
0 into 2 power 1 plus 0 into 2 power 0. That is equals
Hmm.
to 0.
Hmm. Now, what if I want to do only execute 0, 0, 1? In that condition, how will you go by that?
So 0, 0, 1 in the sense that is equals to 0 into 2 square plus 0 into 2 power 1 plus 0, I mean 1 in plus 1 into 2 power 0. That is equals
Hmm.
to 1.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, what if I want to do 0, 1, 0?
So in case 0, 1, 0 in the sense that would be 0 into 2 square plus 1 into 2 power 1 plus 0 into 2 power 0. That is equals
Hmm.
to 2.
Okay, so can you tell me what it is? Okay, let's go 1, 0, 0 again.
100 means 1 into 2 square plus 0 into 2 power 1 plus 0 into 2 power 0, that is equals to 4.
Okay. So when we do 001, can you scroll up a bit? Yeah, your header was what? Read, write, and execute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I want to put only execute permission, what should I do?
You should represent it with 001, which means 1 in
Right?
decimal. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I want to give only read and execute, only write permission and not read and execute,
That means 010, that is equals to 2.
right? What if I want to give only permission to read and not write and execute?
100, that is equals to 4.
Okay. From there, those numbers are coming out. Now, let me rephrase it again. Now, I want to give read and write permission and not execute. Can you calculate that number?
So read and write but not execute in the sense 110, that is equals
Hmm.
to 1 into 2 square plus 1 into 2 power 1 plus 0 into 2 power 0, that is equals to 6.
So if you use 6, like in this particular scenario, right, example we saw, he said that we should do 660 because read and write we wanted to give for 2. Now, can you do where, the read permission and execute permission I want to give, but not the write permission?
So that is 101.
Hmm.
That is equals to 1 into 2 power 2 plus 0 into 2 power 1 plus 1 into 2 power 0. That is equals to 5.
Okay. So when do you think this condition will arise when I just want to give them read and execute permission and not the write permission,
When I don't want them to edit the file.
right? Say, for
Yeah.
example, you wrote a code and you want to, test it, right? Basically, I don't want them to modify it at all, but I just want them to be able to execute and to be able to read the source code, right? In such a scenario, maybe I can give this permission. So the point here I was trying to make, your numbers which you see when you give permission strings, right, are arising from this particular system. Okay, so you need not mug up what those numbers and just simply blindly put 777 or 666 when you go ahead and modify your permission. You need to understand uh, each of the permission significance. The other thing I want to ask you, say I don't know all of these number system, how will I modify only for read and write?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go
So
ahead, Aditya.
Sir, I have a image that can, from my lookup notes, that can summarize this well. Can I share my screen and show it? It will
Sure,
be
sure,
useful for everyone.
sure. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
sorry, sir, I missed out. What was your question?
Yeah, so this is the permissions modification by using numbers, right?
Yeah.
What if I want to use letters? See, I'm not someone who understands number very well. I don't know, how the octal system works.
But
And
in that case, we can use ch mode and g minus. It is if it is group, then we can use g. If it is others, then we can use o, and for that sense, we can use
for
other
user,
letter.
you use you, right?
Yeah.
So we can
And
plus
then
minus
minus.
that
And
permission.
then we simply use plus minus and then these speeds, right? Read, write, and so in a scenario where I want to give read, write, and execute permission to the user and only read and write permission uh, to what do you call your group and no permission to the others, how will I go? What would be the command?
So U plus plus W plus X,
Hmm.
then G minus. Uh, so which one
Aditya,
will
can
be?
you just do one thing? Can you just show
Yes,
that?
sir.
Just open a terminal, create a dummy
Yes, I
file,
do.
and try to do that permission string.
Yes, sir. Is the terminal screen visible?
No, not yet.
I think it's visible now, is it?
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes.
Can you increase the font size?
Yeah.
Just make it big enough because when you're watching on a small device, right, it is not that straightforward to make it out what you're typing. Yeah, a bit more,
Is this fine?
a bit more, a size bigger than this. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.